Hey guys, welcome back. I was out most of last week. It was my kids' spring break. So I got a little sunburn, which is terrible. I usually do a much better job. But anyway, welcome. My name is Kelly. If you are new here, on this channel, we do a lot of sewing and embroidery, and we're not doing either of those things today, but we are doing something crafty and related. So if you're into that kind of stuff, please subscribe. So I didn't get much done last week, like I said, but I've been doing a bunch of shirts the past few days, and I realized that one of the things I'm kind of missing with the business aspect of all of this is I don't have any, I have business cards, but I see a lot of people putting in with their shirts, especially applique shirts, like care instructions. I've been really fortunate. I find that most people who get shirts from me have had other, applique shirts. They know the drill. They know how to care for this. They know that if you wash it and dry it on high heat, you're going to get some wrinkly fabric. But, that could just be luck, and I want to make sure that everything going out through Etsy and all of that has some instructions. It's on the Etsy listing, but y'all know nobody reads that. So I thought I'd make some little cards, and I did that on my Silhouette Cameo. So I did these, and they're okay. They didn't really turn out the way I wanted them to. Like, the color isn't quite right. So thought we'd do some more, and I'd show you guys how I do that, and maybe we'll make some changes to get it more the color I want. We're gonna do print and cut, and I believe a Cricut can do that too. I just happen to have a Silhouette Cameo. Well, that's a lie. I have two of them. I have the first version, and then I have four. What's the newest one? Three or four. I have the newest one. So when I got the newest one, I packed away my old one thinking, oh, maybe I'll sell that or give it away to a friend or something. Well, thank goodness I didn't, because for the life of me, I cannot get print and cut to work on the new one. But on the old one, beautiful, works perfect. I say that. Can you see how it didn't quite cut? It'll make more sense when we go over there and look at it, but it didn't quite cut it perfectly. There's some white around it, but whatever. I don't care. I mean, I'm not selling. If I were like selling stickers or trying to get perfect cuts, I might care, but just for something little to throw in a bag, this is fine. And my printer's not great either, which doesn't help. But I think, like, this one I need to throw away because some of the lettering is off. But I remember when I did it, the paper was kind of stuck. So that's on me. But anyway, all right, I'm going to take you over to the computer and show you how I set this all up on, we're going to use Silhouette Studio. I use that, just like with embroidery, I use Embrilliance for everything. I use Silhouette Studio for everything. Like, even if I were to someday get a Cricut, I don't know why I would, because I've been happy with Silhouette brand. But if I got a Cricut, I would still use Silhouette Studio for everything. And in my dream world, I'm someday going to get a laser cutter, and I would use Silhouette Studio for that. I know I would. But anyway, let me take you over there. You can get a free version of Silhouette Studio. We're going to be using the business edition. When I bought my new cutter, it was like a Mother's Day package. So it must have been almost a year ago. It was a Mother's Day package, and it came, that I bought to me from Me with Love and Affection. It came with business edition, which was one of the reasons why I really jumped on it. Because I think it's like $99 or something. But that being said, for years and years and years and years, I used just the free version. So most of what we do today, you don't need the business version for it. It just happens to be what I have. So let's go over there and take a look. Okay, so we're in Silhouette Studio. And like I said, I have the business edition, but this all works the same if you just have the free version, or I can't think of what the other one. I think there's several different versions, right? Maybe there's a professional. I don't know. Anyway, so the first thing we're gonna do is, right now it's set up kind of like we were cutting vinyl. My cardstock is well, it's printer size paper, which is good because we're going to be putting it through the printer. So we'll go over here and we'll change it to printer paper. The rest of these you can leave the same. You can leave it on Auto Cameo and Cameo 12 by 12. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put in some registration marks. So this is what makes print and cut work. When you have these registration marks on here, then these print on your printer, and then when you put it on your mat and send it through, your Cameo recognizes where to cut based on these registration marks. So one thing I do like to do that I have found has been helpful is I up the length and the thickness over here on the right all the way up. That just helps my machine see it better, but some people have no problem just having it, as the default setting. So what we're going to do is, I want mine to be t-shirt shaped, but if I just wanted it, wanted my cards to be shaped like that or something, you can just come over here and grab a shape. What else do we have? Some of these are fun. So you don't need, again, oh, that's kind of cute, but we're not doing that. We're going to do the t-shirt again. So when I'm doing a shape like that, I just get on, you can see it's over here. I just get on Google and I Google t-shirt clip art, and something like that comes up. So we're going to drag and drop it over here. Now, one thing about the business edition that is a little different is that it automatic when it's a PNG file or a certain kind of file, it will automatically create cut lines. Do you see how the red line is there for cut lines? That's not the case with the free version. If you had the free version, let me see. Let's grab a shape, and well, we'll just use this one. We'll pretend like that line's not there. So say you did not have your cut lines, you would come over here to select this shape right here, and you go to select trace area. You would highlight all of that, and then that would turn yellow, and you would do trace outer edge, and then it would create your cut lines. So these are, and we'll just leave that for now. Get rid of that. So now we have the shape that we want the machine to cut. And I'm just going to leave it big for now so you guys can see. But once we get everything in there, we'll make it smaller. So then what you do is you just go in and type the things that you want. And, change your font, make it look however you want it to look. I think in my original one, I had this as the font. So, as you can see, the machine's going to want to cut that, and you don't want to cut that. But we will address that part in a minute. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change the color, and you go over here to this little art palette thing, to whatever color you want it to be. So, that's kind of a pretty color, and I think on my original one I had navy, so we'll stick with navy. And then you have to go up here, and on your cut lines, you either turn it to navy or you could do transparent, whatever. You just don't want that red around your design, or at least I don't. it wouldn't really matter, but it just looks better as you're trying to decide what to do here. So I'm gonna, in the interest of time, I'm gonna go over to my original and I'm gonna pull the text from here so that I don't have to redo all of that. Well, because I can't even remember what all I put, but basically, oops, that's not what I want. And that's something else I did. Okay, so basically you're going to type out all your instructions. And I did something kind of fun with my text. I took, when I was doing the colors, let's ungroup this so you guys can see better. Ungroup is up here, so now I can change different things. So I don't know if you can tell very well, but the actual instructions are in a solid color. But with these other ones, if you go here to fill, you have some patterns already built in and some gradients. So these gradients are kind of fun, I thought. Gave it a little more dimension to the text. But you see how it does, you can change, and then it's a little more, I don't know, just seems more fun to me. But so then that is your text. Let's go back to what I had it at, something like that. Okay. Now I want something inside here. I want to make this more colorful. And like I said, the original one I had, I didn't love. If you go over here to fill, some of these come with your Silhouette Studio. So, and all you do is click it and it'll fill whatever you have highlighted with that pattern. I think on the last one I did something, oh, that's funny. Oh, that's the one I did. I don't know, it printed more blue than I wanted it to. I thought it was more of a teal. And yeah, I don't like it as much as I wanted to. But I was in Canva and I found a background that I really liked. Okay, so I've pulled up Canva, Canva, if you're unfamiliar with this website. It is something that you can use for free. You can also buy a paid version. I currently don't have the paid version of this, but I use it a lot for making Instagram posts, or I did my logo on here. But basically it gives you like a ton of templates you can use. You can do things in different sizes. But just very basic today, we're just going to use it to grab a background. If you go over here to the left and you go to background, it gives you all of these things. And you'll see down here, some of them say free, and then some of them have like a crown on them. And those are the paid. You have to have the paid version to get those. But I found this earlier and I thought it was super cute. Just this kind of sparkly background. So we're going to try it instead of the other one that we have. And basically all you do is you go up here to download, and we're going to download it as a PNG. And then it looks like I had already saved it. But so now we have it. And what you do is you go over to Silhouette. You go to your library. And I'm already in there. I'm in patterns, right? And all you have to do is open whatever it is you just downloaded. I think you can drag and drop too, but take whatever it is you have and move it into here. And it's running kind of slow, but in a second that's going to show up when I go over here and I go into my fill patterns. So is that it? Or is that the one I've already been using? No, that's the one I've been using. So we're still waiting for it to download. But you can see, you can just kind of click through here And you can even see I had like, I forget what I was doing, but I needed the American flag to kind of fill in something. So again, I just got on Google and got a clip art of a flag, and then it fills whatever shape you have. All right, we're still, oh, it's still loading. All right, hang on. Okay, not sure why that took so long, but it did finally load up. So now when I'm in patterns, there it is. And I don't like it at all. That's way too dark, huh? I mean, I guess I could change the color of the text and then maybe I'll like it more. No. The only other thing I can think of is let's go to our fill pattern and let's maybe change the transparency a little bit and lighten it up. I still don't know that I'm in love with it, but let's just go with it. Okay, so yeah, so we'll change that transparency a little bit more. So do you see what I'm doing over here? When you change the transparency of something, it makes it lighter, darker. Just play around with that a little bit. So we'll make it pretty light. And then, do I want to stick with that color? Let's look at some other options here. Purple is too light. That's too light for sure. That's not cute at all. We could do, no, gray, do black. Maybe I just kind of like boring black. Let's see. Well, all right, we're gonna try it. We'll see. So you can see my lettering is all in 3 different groups because when I typed this all out, these are all 3 different fonts. So I think what we might do is go ahead and combine those. Get everything sort of situated. Well, let's move this out of the way. I'm going to group these together. Group. Okay. And then position it where I want it, like maybe about right there. And then for now, we'll group the whole thing together. I'm going to show you in a minute why you'll have to ungroup again. But for now, we're going to do that so that we can make multiples of this. So, I think the last ones I did about 3 inches wide. So let's make it about that big. Maybe a little bit smaller, maybe about right there. So here's the thing with print and cut. You can't put your design here. You can't even really put it all the way over here. And I'll show you why. Let's go to send. So we want it to cut the outside. And do you see here where this is shaded? It is not going to cut my whole t-shirt. Another thing I want to show you, let's go back. So since I cut and paste my my care instructions from my other, something didn't quite work the way I wanted it to here. As of right now, it's showing only to cut the outside, but if you just now typed your stuff in, yours might be showing to cut. You don't want this right here. You don't want the machine to cut out all of that lettering. So make sure that if you come to the send screen and it looks like this, that you do a no cut there. Does that make sense? You only want the machine to cut the actual t-shirt design, not your lettering. So now that we've got that set up, we can group them back together. And again, you just have to be mindful. You know, you want it, here's your duplicate button up here, these 2 squares. So you just want to be mindful of where you put stuff. Even if you go too far over here and you go to send, you're going to see it's that part shaded, which means it's not going to cut there. So you just kind of have to be mindful of where you put stuff. But of course, you know, you want to get as many on there as you can. I'm just going to be using some pretty cheap cardstock. So I'm not going to go through a whole lot of effort to make sure that I get a ton on one page. If you were using sticker paper, because you would do the same exact thing if you were making stickers. And sticker paper is expensive, so I would probably put a little more effort into getting as many as I could. But with cardstock, I'm kind of like, whatever, who cares? And I think that bottom one, yeah, see my bottom one isn't gonna cut. There. Okay, so we got 6. It's not a ton, but for the purposes of this video, it'll be fine. Okay, so again, before you print, come to send and make sure that everything is going to cut the way you want it to cut. So I'm still not sold on this sparkly stuff, but we're going to see how it prints out. So I'm going to put a piece of cardstock in my printer, and then I'm going to just go to print. And I'm just going to print it like you would a normal, you know, you're not sending it to your Silhouette yet. You're just printing it. So let me do that and then we will come back. Okay, so here it is from the printer, just a regular printer. And now I'm going to put it on my mat. So again, the point of these registration marks is if you're a little bit off or crooked or whatever, your machine should read these marks and then know where to cut. But you still want to get it, you know, as good as you can. This is a, you know, a generic Hobby Lobby mat. I find that these work better with my older machine, but the new machine, I have to use the real Silhouette version. But my new machine does not do print and cut. So you just put this down here, and actually I don't mind. I kind of like the color. I thought I was going to hate it, but it's okay. Again, these are just going in for fun. My paper is a little off-white too, which I think probably makes a difference in the way it printed. But you just put it on your mat, and then we're going to take it over to the machine. My machine's actually, I'll show you. So, sorry about that. My machine is down here, my old one. If you watched my video on IKEA, I bought this cart and it's been working really well. My new machine is up here. My friend Erin sent me that cute little sticker that I just put on there. But I keep my my postage doohickey here, printer. And then, this is another mat that is supposed to help with print and cut. I don't like it. I like doing it this way better. But anyway, way down here is my very old machine. So I'm going to load it up and then I'll show you what we do on the screen. Okay, we're over in our send screen and you would just, oh no, we're not. We're still in design. We want to go to send. And you would just do it like you would regular cardstock. So we're on cardstock. We're going to cut it. All of this is set up. The only thing is, since both of my, oh, okay, so the new one is a 4, but it's turned off. So we just want to make sure that we have the right machine, and then we're just going to hit send. Now, I'm going to actually point you towards the Cameo because I will tell you that it doesn't always work the first time. Now, this is obviously not a great setup. I've got my cord hanging over there. I unplug it when I'm not using it. But sometimes it doesn't recognize the registration marks right away. Let's see if we get it. Oh, I think it's gonna. So it kind of does that number a little bit, and then it starts cutting. So I think, yep, it's cutting. We'll come back when it's done. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see how it worked. Well, these Hobby Lobby mats are a little stickier, and I kind of like that. Oh, look, it worked. Ta-da! Okay, so you can kind of see that it didn't cut perfectly. You can see a little bit of a white border here. So probably what that means is that I need to go through and recalibrate my machine. I've done it. I recalibrated my new one in hopes that I could get it to do print and cut, but I haven't done the old one yet. So that's probably something I need to go through and do just to see if that's causing me some trouble. But again, just for something that gets thrown into a bag, I think this will be fine. I also need to, at some point, sorry, I turned you around there. At some point I need to get a new printer. This one is just a cheapy, but it seems to still be hard to get printers. So I have an Echo Tank, one of the Epson Echo Tanks, but it has sublimation ink in it. But I think when I replace this one, I'll get one of those for just regular ink, because the ink is cheap. The ink lasts a long time compared to just a regular printer. And totally lost my train of thought. Get a new printer, recalibrate the machine, but for what I need this for, I think these are perfect. So anyway, there you go. And you could do business cards, you could do stickers. I've done stickers. I'll probably wait to get a new machine before or a new printer before I do any more stickers. Just again, the sticker paper is a little more expensive, and I just don't have a nice enough printer. But anyway, all right, guys, thank you so much. Later this week, I'm gonna do hopefully a tutorial on doing hats on the embroidery machine. I have a guy here in town that I do a lot of work for, and he sent me like 25 hats and didn't tell me what he wants on them. So I'm waiting to hear what he wants, and then I'm gonna do a little tutorial on that. So if you found this helpful at all, or if you need some help with hats, please hit the subscribe button and like, and you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks.